Okay, this is error correction, and you might notice that I'm in the kitchen right now, so I'm trying to use my whiteboard, and you can follow along with your notebook, okay? So this is set 1, error correction, and this is using and between two clauses in a compound sentence. And as a review, when you have two things that are yes or positive, if clause 1 is positive and clause 2 is positive, we can use and so da 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 da, or we can use and the two. Okay, but if both of them are negative, then we use and neither. Neither is the negative form, and da 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 either. Okay, so this is for and with positives, and this one is for and with negatives. Okay, so we have 4 sentences, and each sentence has one error, and we can fix the errors together. Okay, so number 1, I cook every day, comma, and my friend does. Okay, so what's missing here? All right, another sentence, number 2, the frying pan is dirty. Okay, so I have a frying pan here. It's dirty. And the spatula, everybody say spatula. The spatula is either. So the frying pan is dirty and the spatula is either. Okay, so we have the spatula here. All right. Number 3, my neighbor isn't at home and my friend isn't too. Number 4, I don't walk to the store after 6 p.m. and neither my neighbor doesn't. Okay, so copy those sentences and try to fix the sentences. All right, I'll share the answers. So number 1, I cook every day and my friend does, we're missing something here. My friend does 2. Good. Okay, because 2 is used with positives. Okay, so I cook, that's positive. My friend does, helper verb, positive helper verb. Okay. Number 2, the frying pan is dirty and the spatula is either? Nope. So I can't use either because is either for positives or negatives? Only for negatives. So it's not the right word, not the right adverb. Okay. The spatula is 2. Okay. So these words, so, to, neither, either, these are adverbs, and they help you when you're talking about compounds, when you're giving information that is the same or opposite. You can use these adverbs to help you when you're writing shorter compound sentences. Okay, so number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is positive and positive. Number 2 is positive and positive. Okay. How about number 3? My neighbor isn't at home and my friend isn't too. Well, is this a positive or negative? Negative. And my friend isn't. Okay, another negative. So I need an adverb. Isn't either. Either. Okay. period. All right, so now it's okay. Number 4, I don't walk to the store after 6 p.m. and neither my neighbor doesn't. Ooh, okay. So this has a couple problems. When you use neither for negatives, it is a negative, but then I have to switch the order, and I can't use negative again. I can use this negative, but I need the helper verb and then the subject. So, and neither does, and then the subject, my friend. Period. Okay? So now this one is okay. All right? So next we'll practice writing compound sentences when you have simple sentences, and can you switch to compound with the same meaning. Okay? So hopefully this is getting easier, and the next part we'll do more practice. Okay. All right, so this is one more error correction, okay? The last video we had, when you are saying that two parts are the same, it was positive, positive, or negative, negative. But this time, we're talking about differences. So, we can use conjunction but, subject verb, comma, but, subject, helper verb, okay? And so you have to switch the sign. You can use, if this one is positive, this helper verb has to be negative. If this main verb is negative, this one is positive. So you have to switch. That's the important part, okay? So example, subject negative, but subject positive. So for example, I like, oops, I said negative. I don't like durian. Durian is a type of fruit in Southeast Asia, comma, but my friend, I don't like, so that's negative, but my friend does, period. Okay, so I'm using a helper verb in clause number 2. I'm using helper verb. This is similar to when you're using helper verbs when you're talking about similarities from the last video, okay? This example is different. So if positive is first, but negative, okay? So I can switch the order. I can say my friend, oops, it means the same thing. These two mean the same thing. My friend likes durian, comma, but so my friend likes positive durian, but I don't. Negative, okay, period. So these are examples. These actually mean the same thing, okay? So it doesn't matter if you put first or second. So error correction. These 3 sentences have a problem. So number 1, the lights work. That means they work. They go on, they go off. They go on, they're okay, they work. The lights work, but the oven doesn't either. So I go to the oven, it does not turn on, okay? So the lights work, but the oven doesn't either. Okay. So copy these sentences because you should try to fix them first, and then I will share the answers. Okay. Number 2, my friend Joe is married, but I'm, something's missing. Okay. And number 3, I don't like durian, but my friend, okay. So something is wrong here. So copy that and try it. Okay, here's the answers. So number 1, the lights work, but the oven doesn't. Period. Okay. So you don't put anything. You don't have to say more than that. So it's just helper verb. Okay, this is called a short, reduced compound sentence because this information matches this. The lights work, but the oven doesn't work. But I don't have to say work twice because that's repeating. English, when you get to higher levels, not everything is a simple sentence repeating the same words. You can write sentences that take out repeated words, okay? So we can take out the main verb here, all right? Number 2, my friend Joe is married, but it's the helper, I am not, okay, period. And so we need the negative, am not, because here we have the positive verb be, okay? And again, you could write, my friend Joe is married, but I'm not married. That's correct, but we don't want to repeat words if we don't need the word, okay? So you can, this is how natural speaking and writing, it's more common to cut repeated words, take them out, okay? So that's why we finish with helper verbs here, okay? Number 3, I don't like durian, but my friend, helper verb, does. My friend does. He, she, it, right? And you could say, but my friend likes durian, but we don't want to repeat the same words, so I take it out and I just put the helper verb, okay? So I hope this was helpful. This is for talking about differences. If you have a positive information and negative, or negative and positive. So this is how you can write reduced compound sentences when you want to compare people, places, or things that have the opposite information, okay? So next we will do some practice with writing your own sentences, and can you take simple sentences and make them put them together when they're similar, like the last video, or when they're different, which is like this video, okay?